And then everybody got mad hype at Bayonetta Origins, Cereza and the Lost Demon. Look, man, look. Platinum said, well, they said a lot of things. They said they'd never
Platinum
lose
has
their
said a
luster.
lot of things.
They said a lot, but Platinum said this. They said they're trying to work on their own IPs not being second fiddle to like the guns for hire shit that they do, and they
Right.
want to build that out. And one of those, the one of the premier ones for them is absolutely Bayonetta. So it's time to start building out the franchise, right? Okay. Well, you
Fill
see the
out these
decisions.
fucking nuts.
You see the decisions going into 3, and you're like, all right. And then you see this, and it's like, all right. It appears to be a story-driven game about Cereza going through what I thought was Johnson Forest, but it's not Johnson Forest. It's another forest. Um, we don't show up for the story.
Yeah, I was about to. So I made this point because I was booing it when it showed up. I was like actively yelling the word "boo" at it.
We don't
Um,
show up for the not fighting.
and then when people were like, "Wow, you're really mad about Bayonetta 3," I'm like, "No, you don't understand. Platinum stories are terrible, awful, all of them."
Like if Platinum announced a Telltale style narrative game, fucking run for the hills.
Oh God.
Like that's the crazy part, right? Like during the the previous eras and during like 101 and shit, because 101 is light in tone. We've talked about why it works, right? We've talked about how it's not taking itself too seriously and kind of aware of when it's being ridiculous. Bayo is kind of self-aware, but I think I've posthumously ascribed more self-awareness than actually was present to those games, because I think in retrospect they really did take them seriously and believed in those moments that were fucking clown shoes.
I want to raise my hand for a second there. I got to stop you because as soon as we started saying that Platinum stories are god awful, people go, "What about Metal Gear Rising? You mean the Metal Gear Rising that was written by Etsu Tamari, known for Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain and Metal Gear
What?
Solid Peace Walker?"
Okay,
Metal Gear Rising was written by Konami people.
like, what about Nier?
Nier was written by Yoko Taro.
Obviously these that's such a stupid comment. It might as well be straw man. That's not a real person worth acknowledging. That's ridiculous. The stories that
was
Platinum
like 100
themselves
people.
make, the stories that Platinum make, not the fucking clowns.
No, the stories that Platinum makes are terrible.
Not
They're
good.
awful.
Just you again, you take them for what they are, as they're cased in between amazing segments of gameplay and action. Like it's what it is. And again, like I said, this whole recent Bayo experience has really clarified just how much I actually enjoyed the Devil May Cry stories. And
Yeah,
the,
no, actually, I've had that exact same experience.
like I think of them more fondly in retrospect now, because I'm like, damn, I think I shat on them way too hard for what they were. They're way more coherent than I thought, when you just put them up against this. So when we gotta now do a game that appears to be maybe a puzzle combat, I'm not too sure.
Oh,
It
like
just
way to play to all of their weaknesses for real. Like just
it's a storybook, so the narrative being in storybook style might be simplified, and thus like the pieces will be too sparse to really like fuck up. But I can't see myself looking at that and going, yeah, I want to pay full price for that. Feels like
full price.
a side
That's
thing.
$97 Canadian.
feels like a side thing. 80? Hold on. No,
So
that's no.
it's at full
We're not there
price.
yet.
Oh, we are.
No. We're not in the
What's
90s.
it called? Cereza and the Lost whatever? Fuck's it called? Bayonetta Origins. Playthrough as Cheshire. Bayonetta Origins. Okay, fucking GameStop.ca. I bet it's not. I bet it doesn't have a fucking Bayonetta.
62.47.
79.99.
So the conversion is to, yeah, okay, 80. So we're still at
Canada
80.
dollars, which means 79.99 times 1.14 is 91.18 cents.
All right. Well, there it is. Fuck off.
$92.
Like, if you showed me that and said it came with the, like, it came out as a pre-order bonus, you know, or it came out as a, like...
You could say, oh, fuck. Oh, that's so fucking mean.
I don't know, man. We got but what does it look like? It looks like a fucking, it looks like a thing. It looks like a little bonus thing.
You know what it looks like? It looks like the other project they were working on when they took the Jeanne elevator action game and rolled it into Bayonetta 3 as this can't be a whole game.
God. Scalebound fucked them up, man.
Oh,
Scalebound like came into their lives and twirled them and fucking took them on a date and wined and dined, and they were smitten, and then she fucking left and they don't know what to do. Platinum got left on red, and they're just like, hey, hi, good morning, beautiful, hey, and just no response.
And Babylon's Fall, don't forget about Babylon's Fall.
Oh man, boy. Okay, when you know that they talk about like the idea of like it's go time. We got to get real. We got to get serious. We can't fuck around. Money's an issue. You know, we had some projects get canceled that were really expensive. Our plans got fucked up. We have to focus on our own IPs, build our own independence. You're like, okay, all that makes sense. Cool. And then, like, you lean into the shit that you're not great at.
So, we can't spend too long on this, right? Because
no. I know.
But I do want to say something. So Platinum is made of people who left Capcom because they were unhappy with the way Capcom held the purse strings on their independent projects that never made any goddamn money. And what we saw with Platinum is that they then went into work for hire. And the issue that they've run into is that they have no money. And the most successful games they have made on every metric have been work for hires by companies that gave them a bunch of money and time to actually make those games really excellent. Nier Automata and Metal Gear Rising are easily the best games Platinum has made. With like a close third being the first Bayonetta, which is one that Sega gave them all the time in the world to make.
But I guess how profitable were those projects for them compared to the ones that they completely control?
Well, they're more profitable than fucking Babylon's Fall was.
Yeah. You know, that's the thing is just like, if they're looking at the numbers and going, yes, these guns for hire projects are what we cut our teeth on and they're what we make our bread on, but we need to actually start doing our own shit. And I guess the idea is also like, if one hits big and it hits good, then we're going to be, you know, we can let that flagship us. But God, like, then you have to go, like, you have to, if you want to do that as Platinum, you have to acknowledge that you need outside writers to come in and do your stories, like, for you. You have to be like, we're going to reach out to fucking George R.R. Martin, because if George is running to Japan to not work on Winds of Winter, then fuck it. Get him, or get Yoko, or get anybody that's not in your fucking company to start writing for you guys then, and you'll start to fix those problems because
I think Platinum is kind of screwed without oversight because Bayonetta 3 is a game like let's I'm gonna be really honest. Bayonetta 3 is not a bad game. It's just not a great game, right? It's mediocre to good, right? It was in dev in their own house for 5 years, right? They definitely had time to work on it. They said in 2017 it is an active development. And when you get to it, you're like, not only is this not the best Bayonetta game, which is weird, it also has like elements that were just like stolen from your direct competitor that came out a couple of years into dev. Like they need somebody at the top to be like, no, stop it or start doing this or whatever, because just giving them enough time doesn't help.
there was a point in the Bayo 3 where it stopped being homage, and I think there's a point where like DMC5 is probably not being flattered by the imitation. You know what I mean? The sincerest form of
Does it
flattery.
use the same subtitles font? If that's the case, that's really funny.
It's just like, is Itsuno looking at fucking not Cavalier and going like, hey, cool, they did Cavalier.
It's not as fun to use.
I really like it though. I really like the
It's fun.
It's great. It's one of my favorites right now. Anyway, I just think I'm like, it's gonna take a real sobering, honest look at yourself to go, all right, what works, what doesn't. And I think as well, like, I get whatever the fuck happens in the rest of this, I still gotta beat it. But the fact that I know that Kamiya had to put out an article going, wait, hold on, Andre the Giant .gif, whoa, Hulk Hogan, then like I know that they're definitely feeling that their writing decisions are not being fucking applauded at this point. So if you gotta go talk to somebody that wants to collaborate on something that is not Square, but is actually just a writer that is a talented, known person that has that bandwidth and is looking for someone that's really good at gameplay, make that happen. It's gonna take collaboration. It's gonna cost money, or it's gonna make it so that like whatever. Like I said, Grimm gets his cut. Whatever his cut is, on Elden Ring, he gets that, and that's what he did. But be honest about where you're at with that stuff, because the thing is too is, unfortunately, like, as cool as Astral Chain 2 and Wonderful 102 would be, I think that they're looking at those as like bigger gambles than something like Bayonetta 3, which is a huge name, a huge known bit, a huge franchise. It's their flagship, so they're always going to lean hard on that more than they're going to go to the other ones, which Wonderful 101 struggled. Nintendo is going to support them, certainly, as long as they stick around. But like, yeah, this rough shape is going to fucking just make their situation worse if they don't. I don't know, man.
I would really, really, really like to see a game as good as Astral Chain come out again from them.
Project GG.
That'd be nice.
Project GG.
I gotta calm down with the pacing though.
Hopefully Project GG is not like it doesn't feel like the just slow kaiju battles for 8 hours to 20 hours straight.
Really? I don't wanna really, but there's some parts where those cool kaiju battles come in, and you're like, I can't believe I have to do this cool kaiju battle before this other part of the level.
Okay.
And you're just like, God damn it, stop it.
Just again, the ones that feel like the Punch Out kind of like duels those feel a bit more enjoyable than the ones where you're just full 3D lumbering slow kaiju.